it's freezing cold out here. Hello, YouTube. It's Candace again. I am back. Mwah. Hope everybody's well out there. Happy Tuesday. And it's just warming up in my car right now. I just got off from work. What time is it right now? 6:14. Yeah, I got like a good 35, 40-minute ride back home, but I do have to pick up a few groceries. So, I'm just gonna do a quick little stream here, a little drive out my way back home. If I don't see your comments, please forgive me because I am on the road drive and I'm about to get onto the highway here. I hope everybody's well out there. It was a chilly morning here on the East Coast, and then it warmed up somewhat in the middle of the day. I didn't even have to put my heat on like I have it on right now. But I'm starting to feel a little bit warmer. I had to blast the heat up a bit. Just taking a little stroll back home. It was a very busy day. It was a little stressful. I hardly got any work done, like all the side work I have to get done, because every time I turn around, I'm just being distracted. You just hear your name being called, Candace, 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 Candace. And you're like, oh man, I can't get my work done. It's just been very stressful. As a matter of fact, it's been pretty stressful lately, just at work in general. Everything going on, between just everything that's going on. Everything is just extra stressful now. The insurance companies, they want all this extra work done just for someone to have something approved now, and they don't want to cover things anymore. Patients are more anxious and stressed out more than ever. And of course, it has a lot to do with what's, going on around the world right now. So it's a lot, but it is what it is. You just have to take one day at a time, with everything. Otherwise you'll just drive yourself crazy. Oh boy, gotta get onto my my not so favorite highway here, I-95. Oh boy. Hi, Ginger. How you doing? Hi. Ginger. How you doing today, Ginger? Hope all is good. I'm just now getting off work. Stay in the right lane because everybody, if I go in the middle lane or the very left lane, everyone wants to drive all fast. I'm just trying to relax, take a nice stroll home. This guy's doing behind me. What's up with my tail? I know, right? Ginger is the worst. I-95 and 295. Oh my gosh. Driving on this road, people they're impatient, They're on your tail, they want you to move fast. I'm like, I'm not going more than 75, I can't, it's not worth me getting in a car accident, losing my car, dishing out thousands of dollars that I don't have. That really would be a trouble if broke. Oh yeah, Ginger, this is the norms for me. I get off a lot of times. Sometimes I get off later than this. Like it's just been a really busy day, and a very busy month. Oh yeah, Ginger, I can only imagine. I think Roland and EQ said when they was driving on I-95 down there, it was really bad. People were getting accidents and everything. Their trip down there. Oh boy. Oh, it's okay, Ginger. I'm just like, it's the norms for me. At least when the summertime comes, the sun will still be out when I get off at this time. Because the sun don't go down until later. Oh boy. Just staying in the right lane because I don't feel like rushing home. I just want to take a nice stroll. I have to stop at the grocery store, and then I have to, just to get a few things for dinner tonight. And I'm going to make some lasagna when I get home. Just looking behind me to see if anyone's on my tail. Yes. Oh, I got champagne at the house, Ginger. I'll probably have a little bit of that when I get home today. I would like to do a comedy night. I just don't know what night it's going to be because, you know, tonight I'm going to go to bed early and I have to be back up early in the morning again. And the same thing Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday night we should do comedy night. I say Thursday night be good. I don't have to get up so early on Friday. I could get up like around maybe 8 o'clock or something, and then go into work later. Oh, yeah. And I don't know what's going on this week, and I don't know if I'm going to be away or not. My family's going to Baltimore again, so I may be going with them. It depends on what time they're coming back on Sunday, because I want to make it in time for the Super Bowl party with my in-law. Are you doing anything this weekend, Ginger? Like for Super Bowl weekend? Yeah, we need some laughs, Ginger. We definitely do. Everything going on in the world right now. It's so upsetting. Like I was talking about that today at work. I'm just so upsetting what's going on. Like the lies and the manipulation people are doing on the medias. It makes you so mad. I know today, I had to shut off the I was watching some of these live streams that are going on right now and with the protests and everything. And it just makes me so mad how lying on these poor people. It's like these people just want freedom. They want their lives back. They want, you know what I mean? They want, they don't want to have to be forced to do something against their will, And that's what they're doing to these poor people, And they're sitting there lying on them, making it seem like they're the problem, and they're not. The problem is the governments, the world leaders. They're the problem. That they're the ones causing all these issues, making up lies and deceiving people. It's so upsetting. I'm just like, I just have to turn it off. I just say, oh, this makes me just want to wring a neck, take my hand and wring the neck around them, Oh, boy. Oh, your brother's having a party. Good. I hope you're going to go. I know, that's what I'm saying, Ginger. There was no Nazi flag and things like that. They're just lying. I've had enough of the lies that the media is doing. The news have become a place for propaganda now. They just lie all the time now. It's reversed now. And the thing is that the flags that were flying around, they were stating that they had like something where it had like a Nazi symbol, like a few people. And what they were trying to imply was that their country was becoming like Nazi German. You know what I mean? That's what they were implying. They weren't showing hate or promoting hate or anything like that. It's just the way for the big dogs, Big Daddy, and the elites and the government to sit here and make good people look bad. People that really stand for true freedom. To stand for truth. They want to sit here and camouflage the truth and lie about the truth and stretch the truth. And that's what they're doing. You know? Because I know that when I saw that video, it was nothing but Canadian flags. I didn't see nobody running around talking about, promoting hate or anything like that. They're just sick and tired of the nonsense, the mandates, restrictions, all that crap that they're doing. It's just enough is enough, you know, messing with people's children and everything like that. If they're playing with fire, they're messing with people's lives, the government. Messing with people's lives. People had enough. It's time for people to take a stand. You either die, fighting for your freedom, or just stay alive losing. Because that's what they're doing to us. The lies are it's unreal. When I look at it, it's unreal. It's so upsetting because it's like wow, how are they getting away with defamating good people that are standing for true freedom, you know? And you know what, again, somebody who don't look into things, they'll watch the news and they will sit there and believe. Don't even question. And see, that's the type of generation we're living in right now. People don't question things. You know, they don't ever ask those questions when, what, when, where, and how. They just look at something. The news said it, it's real. That's it. You know? And I'm not gonna lie, I was guilty of that at one point. You know, I watched something on the news and didn't look into things. And then when I would sit there and think that the news is telling me the truth, or I don't really question what's being told. And when I start thinking about what's being told to me and I start doing some research and getting to things deeper and asking questions, I started realizing that the things I was believing wasn't making sense. I said, what the heck is going on? You know, I couldn't believe that I just listened to what this news source just told me without even questioning it. You know? So that's, you know, I started realizing over years upon, you know, over the past few years, like, wow, you know, there's a lot that I've learned and a lot that I've overlooked because I didn't ask questions, you know, and now I realize, like, wow, I've been, you know, I've been deceived, you know. I can tell you over the past, like, 5 years since the time started joining the chats and everything, my perception, you know, my views, you know, of things have changed drastically by just simply being my own leader and doing my own research and actually looking into things and questioning things. You know what I mean? And with no distractions, nobody trying to influence me or tell me what to believe, what's right or wrong. No, just literally me just taking a stand and going back and saying, you know what, I'm going to think for myself. I don't care what the news media tells me. I'm going to think for myself, and I'm going to investigate this, and I will make my own observation. And some things are not just even a matter of your own opinion or observation. Some things are just, it's just obvious. Some things you just see in plain sight what's going on. Like, for instance, what we're seeing right now. You know, they're saying that this was a hate protest or something. And you see plainly it's not a hate protest. You know, it's just factual that it's about people trying to fight for their rights, their freedom. You know, that, you know, they're slowly taking people's rights away. And it's not just one country; it's all over the world. You know, and they sit here and lie, have the audacity to say, "Oh, this is a hate thing. Oh, they're flying Nazi symbols and Confederate flags. Get the hell out of here!" What a joke! I look at that and say that's a joke. And that's not what they were doing. They were not just flying around Nazi symbols. The message they were trying to say was that this is going to become like Nazi Germany. Nobody's that dumb. You know, like, so I'm glad that, you know, I looked into all sides of things, not just looked at what the media just was trying to make us believe. You know, so I'm like, wow, that was just upsetting, the lies and manipulation these leaders and the media are doing. You know, but I did want to talk about my thought of the day, which, you know, I'm going to get to in a second. It's more on life, you know, philosophy. Um, because I have to stop into the store and get some milk and a few things. Need to get yogurt and what else? What else do I have to get? Fruits and a few like vegetables. Finally getting off this highway. Let's see here. Let me in. Road hogger. Gosh. People get on my nerves. Oh boy. To go to my one of my favorite little mini supermarkets, Aldi's. I don't know if you guys have Aldi's up your way. I'll look at your messages in just a second. I'm just getting into this shopping center here. Okay. Get your comments here. Here we go. Hi, Justine. How you doing? Oh, Justine. I know, Ginger. It's every time you're driving on that road, it's just they all cut you off and they're hopping out in front of you and out of the way. You know, you kind of like have to like bully them off the side of the road. You know, you do. Hi, Sardu. Sardu, the music man. Sardu, the music man. Sardu, the music man. Oh boy. And Justine says in Canada, because of COVID, we have to have all shots, and they are Nazi about everything. Exactly. I had to get 3 shots. Even if you want to go shopping is like living in those times. And you're right, Justine, and that's exactly the message that the protesters are trying to make. But unfortunately, you got evil leaders in this world. And it's not just, you know, in your country, it's everywhere. You know, just very evil, malicious, lying people, you know, just going on there trying to feed lies to people. They're the ones causing the hate. They're the ones that's causing division. And they're feeding off the minds of people who don't look into things. They're feeding off people's emotions and fears. And, you know, they look towards people to being naive and gullible. They look towards that. They don't want people to speak up. They don't want people to talk about it. They just want people to shut up and do whatever daddy tells them to do. I can tell you right now, you know, what's next? They're going to come out with something called Butt Cove, right? And it's going to be like some needle. This is just my vision. It's just a thing I thought of. They'll be like, okay, the next shot. Now, just so you know, it goes in the anus area. It works best that way. So bend over so I can give you your medication. Guess what? People will sit there and do it just because the someone in the government and the Dr. Fauci or these scientists tells you to do it. They say, okay, yep, I'll do it. Let me bend over. Next thing you know, they're shoving up things up your booty and pushing up some needles up in there. And guess what? People will sit there and believe it. Anything they'll tell you to do, they'll just do it. They won't ask any questions. And it's funny because, you know, you have a thing called second opinions, right, with the doctor. But all of a sudden, there's no second opinion involved in this, you know? You're just supposed to do whatever you're supposed to do. I think that's like I think that's a bot there. That's a row, like a bot. I know, right, Ginger? They gotta bend you over. Say bend over and let out a fart. Let out a fart, please. Oh, but I can't do it on spot. You gotta let it out before I just put this into your booty. Okay. You're blowing out some gas, and the next thing you know, you're popping up that thing in your booty. And you're like, this is the butt coat shot. You know, shove it up your behind, you know. and they'll put another one and another one and another one, as much as they want inside your butt, you know, as much as they want. You know, they'll just be like, now you ready for your third butt shot? You're going to have to keep putting more up there if you want to live. Oh, okay. I already did 3, and I also did 4 booster shots. Yeah, but you got to keep doing it in order to stay alive, okay? More butts. They're just going to keep ramming it up there, you know? That's exactly what they're going to keep doing to you. That's about it. until you start thinking for yourself. That's about it, you know? You'll be their lab experimentation. That's what they're going to do to you. I had my shots in a huge room like mass. It was like the Handmaid Tale. It scared me. Oh gosh, Justine. I'm sorry about that, you know? I really am. It's just it's horrible. You know, the way this world is going, it's not going good. It's definitely a lot more than what they're telling you and leading on to you. There's a bigger agenda, and it has absolute nothing to do with COVID. There's something more coming, something very evil. And people, like I said, people can call me crazy, call you guys crazy all they want. When the time comes, it's going to be too late, and let's see who's crazy then. You know, right now is the time for people to fight back and really take back what's theirs, or else you're just going to lose it. And they have a big agenda here, and this sure goes deeper and far beyond this. I know, me neither, Ginger. Fighting back. Definitely not. That's the last thing I'd do. Oh, no. Nope. It's just like they're not doing that. No, I was like, we're definitely fighting back. I'm gonna definitely take my chances. I know, right? Me too. I'm putting my hand up. I'll be proud to be called a crazy conspiracy theorist. I really don't care. Ginger, I've gotten to the point I don't care what people even think anymore. If a person don't want to talk to me no more, then screw them. And that's actually part of my thought of the day. Before I go in to get some milk and some few groceries, I thought about this because, I've struggled with people pleasing for a very long time in my life. You know what I mean? Not just that, I've always felt bad and guilty when I told people no. I've always felt bad and guilty when I told people how I really felt about things. I felt bad or guilty or bad for telling people what I think about things. And most of all, I always felt like I was always afraid to upset other people or offend other people. So you know what I mean? And see, that's, I feel like, me delivering this message will help people who deal with the same issues I deal with. And it was something I struggled with for a very long time, and it really bothered me. You know what I mean? It really made me feel like I was locked in a dungeon, like this jail. And I felt like, oh God, I can't tell people anything. I'm afraid of upsetting people. I don't want to upset people. I don't want to make people angry. And it was like I'm living to please other people and make them feel good over my own, And when you start living to please others, live to make other people happy, you begin to resent people. You begin to feel upset inside. You begin to feel stressed out. You begin to feel overwhelmed. Do not worry about upsetting other people. Because no matter what you do in this life, you can do everything right. You could do everything perfectly, and somebody will always find something to be upset about. There's always going to be somebody who's going to be upset. You know what I mean? No matter what you do in this life, you could do everything right, and someone will still be upset. The thing is, you have to get to a point where, and I was listening to this lady. I love this lady. Cassandra Mack. I've mentioned her before. She said this, and I have to quote what she said. You have to be okay with people being upset with you. You have to be okay. You got to get to a point where you're okay with that. You're okay with people being upset, and you're okay with upsetting people. And do not fight with them. Don't, get an attitude. Just say, well, come back when you're feeling better. You know what I mean? Do not worry about that. I used to overwhelm myself and worry, did I upset somebody? Did I offend them? And you're worried that you did something bad or wrong. No, you didn't do anything wrong or bad by being you and being respectful and actually saying what you feel and what you think, or even speaking the truth about something. You know what I mean? If a person don't like that, then they could take a hike out of your life. You know what I mean? They're not worth your time. They can come back when they're feeling better. The best thing to do is to sit back and think about you and say, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? They're going to stop talking to me? They're going to make up lies? Okay. Well, anybody who sits back and thinks, believes a lie or a stretch of the truth, guess what? They were never worth your time anyways.
They never knew you. You get what I mean? So they're not worth your time or space. Or they just was someone who was truly against you from the beginning. So that's not worth your time. You shouldn't stress about it. And that was something I thought about, what, a week ago or so. And I said, don't even stress it. If somebody's upset about how you, because you don't want to do something and you do it differently, or you don't believe in certain things and you're not going to do it, then that's their problem. Let them be upset. What's the worst that's going to happen? That's how you got to think of things. And they can come back when they feel better. And that's it. Don't even ignore them. Don't even talk to them. And you just enjoy your time and space for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you live for one person, and that's you. Nobody else. You don't live for no one else. You're not here. You weren't brought in this life to please people. You weren't brought in this life to sit here and live for other people, live through other people, or let other people live through you. You were brought here to live your life and find your destiny with God. And either you're going to be with him or not. That's it. You're not brought here so you can please other people, make other people happy. It's nice to make people happy, but that's not your job. And your job is not to alter your mind, your beliefs, or what you even know, or alter yourself to make other people happy, or to not just for the sake of not upsetting people. So, this little thing came on my phone. Talking about my phone is overheating. Tisk tisk on your phone. Hi, Savannah, how you doing? Oh, you're being forced to get the fourth, and that was the straw. We have turned Nazi. Exactly. We hate him, Justin, because he is stopping us from living like we got a second lockdown. And I don't blame you, Justina. Justin, you have every right to fight back and be upset about this. I tell you one darn thing that happens here, and I really will be marching to the White House. Guns or no guns. You got to fight for your rights, and I don't blame you. I think you're doing absolutely the right thing for yourself. I mean, enough is enough, But yes, definitely that was my thought of the day. You live just for you, and you do things for you. Even if even like as you get older, there's going to be some people that are going to feel like they can impose their opinions and beliefs onto you and tell you what's right for you and say, oh, you should do this, or you should do that, or no, that's not for you. Well, who are they? You say thank you, mom and dad, or thank you, my friend or brother, sister, whoever you are, but that's not for me. That's not what I want to do. Now, they may get upset, but that's just human nature. People are going to get mad. That doesn't make you wrong. Just because you upset somebody doesn't mean you did something wrong. That's a personal issue with them, and that's their problem, and that's their issue they need to fix. Now, if you did something wrong to them, that's one thing. But if you decide, you speak for yourself, you do what you want to do, this is my life, and this is my choices, let them be upset. You know what I mean? You didn't do anything wrong. That's a personal issue with themselves they need to fix. And has nothing to do with you. And that's the way you got to think of things. People will try to guilt trip you, make you feel bad. Don't let that game work on you. It's all a mind game. But I felt like I should share that because there's a lot of people like I myself that struggle with passive character personality traits, and they've grown up to think that certain things they're doing is wrong when in all reality it's not wrong. And you don't owe no one explanation. If somebody's upset with something and they asking you to tell them why you chose that decision, guess what? It says none of your business. Or you could say nicely, that's between me, myself, and I'd rather keep that to myself. And you keep on walking. Don't argue. Don't give them no fight, no nothing. Because then what you're doing is you're telling them they're entitled to your personal time. They're entitled to you explaining yourself. You don't owe nobody no explanation for what you choose for yourself. So that's something that I had learned over the years. And I could tell you since I have stop worrying and overwhelming myself with who I have upset it or what I've done. Maybe I did something wrong. Let me tell you, I feel better. I feel good. I don't feel worried. I don't feel like I'm going to lose somebody, because guess what? If I lose them, they weren't damn worth my damn time. You know? You don't, again, you don't live so you can sit here and make other people happy and mold yourself into who they want you to be or who they like you to be. They either like you for you or not. And that's it. You know? I think that sometimes, we're afraid of maybe being rejected, or we are afraid of not being able to click with other people. But trust and believe, you won't be happy that way. You'll be more happy alone, in solitude, and being able to do you. And that's something I'm going to do a stream about: living vicariously through people and solitude. Solitude is very important, and I think it's a really good thing to have, to be able to enjoy your own company, and a time for self-growth. So when you're in solitude, you start thinking for not just for yourself, but you're in your own thoughts. There's nobody manipulating you, putting their voices or thoughts into your head or their ideas into your head. You're just by yourself, and you're able to think and say, what I want from me. What do I want to do? What makes me happy? What makes me content? And you're not worrying about who's mad, who said this, who said that. You're just in your own space. And it's a good time to self-evaluate, to know what you need to work on, where your weaknesses and strengths are at. And there is nobody getting in the way of that. Solitude is the way of personal growth. It really is. And at first you may feel lonely, but then after a while you'll begin to enjoy your own company. You'll begin to look at yourself and know what you can work on. Nobody can distract you. You know what I mean? And you're not going to be worrying about who you're upsetting or who is offended or, getting overwhelmed or anything, because you're going to come to a point where you're like, that doesn't matter. You know what's important? Me, my health. I come first. What is it that's making me sad? What is it that's making me feel held back? Or what is it in my life that I need to work on? Because you come first. Am I happy walking this route that I'm walking? And you want to be you, and that's it. Person don't like it, well, nobody asked them to like it, and neither did you ask for their opinion on it. Sinbot, you imagine a ginger scratching me like D-Cat. You like to work alone? I'm dark light. I would prefer to work alone if I could. Hi, dark light. I wanted to give you kissies. But yeah, so I came from a background like that where, I, was always worried about offending or upsetting somebody, or, oh gosh, what if they get upset about me saying that, or believing this or that, or I didn't allow them to do this, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, you can't live for everybody. You live for yourself. There's only one of you and one of them. That's it. So, that is my thought of the day, and pretty much I hope that somebody who struggles with the same issues I do listens to that and really, really takes in that information. And that's my best advice. You're struggling with that, you got to think on those terms. You got to think, for one, let me go into solitude. Let me just take a break away from whatever's going on. Don't worry about anybody, anything. Don't look at the phone messages. Don't even pick up your phone if someone's calling you. Just take that moment to yourself to relax and say, what is it that I need to be doing? Let me get a glass of wine or something. Let me pamper myself. Let me self-love. Because part of that, honestly, is self-love. Part of making sure that you are okay mentally is part of self-love. And self-love means actually make sure you put yourself first, and not other people's problems and issues above yours. Now, I'm not saying don't care or think about people. There are times where there's people in need and there's stuff happening in their life, and they really need help. And you're like, oh, let me help this person out, if I could. But I'm talking about when it comes to what people want for you, where they think they know what you need or what you want or what's best for you, or you shouldn't think this way, or you shouldn't believe that, or you should be on my side, or this. No, you do you, and that's it. Person don't like your decisions or the route you're going. Hey, there's a thing called the delete button. You got a choice: either walk through it or stay here. That's it. either accept it or leave it. That's it. There's no negotiations or let me change my mind so I can make you happy. Hell no. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got to think on the sense that it's not a bad thing. It's your personal choice, whatever direction you want to go in life, or whatever you want to believe, or whatever you support. If that's where your heart is at, that's where your heart is at. That's it. Hi, EQ. How you doing? Oh, EQ. And I'm not going to lie, it is hard because, especially when it's your personality to be passive, and let's say you have conflict avoidant issues like me, social anxiety, it is a very hard thing, but it takes a lot of solitude. Again, the word solitude, time to yourself, and a lot of self-evaluation, thinking, and mental training. And you don't need people in your space around that time. And that's part of your self-love. You know what I mean? It's part of your self-love. Oh, dark light, you guys make me happy. You guys are so nice and positive. Oh, welcome back, Sardu. Sardu, the music man. Sardu, the music man. Oh man. Hi, Osama. Welcome back. How's everything going? Good evening. And Justin says, why do I lose it when I get ignored? Justine, that's a good question. Well, that's something you got to really take time to rule out with yourself. Like, what is it? Is it I'm afraid of being rejected? Is it a fear of not being accepted? Is it an ego thing? A pride thing? You know what we see? It could be a variety of things. So you got to be able to rule it out. And once you figure out what it is that's bothering you about being ignored, then you're going to be able to better hit that and be able to say, okay, what is it that I got to work on here? Why? The thing is, you got to think to yourself, why is it important that it needs to be accepted by everybody? Is it a matter of you making yourself feel better when you're around people? Does it build your self-esteem? But see, you don't want to build your self-esteem off of others. You want to build it off of you. What is it that you like about yourself? And if somebody wants to ignore you, I'm going to tell you, there's people that have ignored me, and guess what happened to them? They got cut off my damn life forever. Because I say, oh, okay, you want to ignore me? That's okay. I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to ignore you back, and you only stay ignored for the rest of your life. Because to me, I feel like when people like you and they care about you, they don't do that. They're mad, then, hey, come back when you're feeling better. That's about it. But I think, Justine, is a variety of things. I think it's a variety of what I was just mentioning. The feeling of being rejected, the feeling of wanting to be accepted and feel cared about and loved. You know what I mean? The fear of maybe your ego and pride being let down, or a feeling of, your self-esteem not being boosted because somebody made you feel like you weren't worth their time. But see, I think that comes with time, is accepting that not everybody's going to like you. I know there's plenty of people that don't like me. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, I'm not brought here to be liked by everybody. I'm not brought here in this life to please everyone, and I'm not to be accepted by everybody. Because if life was that way, then it would be heaven. It would be a perfect life. It's the only place that's perfect is with Jesus and God in heaven. Here, there is none of that. You live in a life of sin. And there'll be many people in your life that you're cool with now that you won't be cool with, another 5-10 years from now. They probably turn their back on you, because there's a lot of shady people in this life. You know, it's a lot of people that they got their own inner issues and inner conflicts going on, and then guess what? They take it out on you and they're ready to turn their backs on you. So you got to prepare yourself for the works. It's almost like you got to prepare yourself to want to depend on you. And that's it. You want to depend on you and say, I love myself. You know, I'm not here to please anybody in here. I'm not here to please Candace. I'm not here to please Ginger, Osama, Dark Light, Sardu. They either like me or they don't. That's it. Bottom line, you know, like I'm here because I was brought here with purpose. And that's what we're all brought here for. We're not brought here so we could be accepted by everybody. You know what I mean? You got to think of it this way, a positive note. At least they're not being fake to you. You know, it's more upsetting to be around somebody who will laugh in your face and smile with you, and sheep's like a sheep in devil's clothing, and pretend they are your friend and that they like you just for an evil agenda, versus somebody that just ignores you. They ignore you, okay, I'll ignore you back. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, come back when you feel better if you ever want to talk again. That's it. You know? But it's an idea of you knowing your self-worth as a human being. You don't need people. If they want to ignore you, then they weren't for you. You get what I mean? If they're just ignoring you just to ignore you for no reason, that's just being passive aggressive and they're just being mean. You get what I mean? And that's them trying to make you self-doubt yourself. But see, that's why they try to do that. Because otherwise, if they didn't want to talk to you, they will block, or they'll either tell you, look, I don't want to talk no more, or they'll just try to distance themselves. But if you notice somebody's ignoring you, but yet they're trying to pretend to like you or be your friend, you got to start questioning their agenda, you know? Or do they want to be around you, or they play mind games, or what? You know, because there's people out there that play mind games, you know? And see, I'm one of those people that you can't play mind games with, because once they play a mind game and I see that, it's like, oh, you want to play mind games? Okay, I'll give you something to play mind games with. Boop! There's a big block right here. You ain't coming through it. I'm gonna put a big wall up like this, and you're never gonna see me again. I'm like this. You know, I put a big wall up because I'm trying to protect myself. I'm trying to protect myself from involving myself in nonsense. And I know I'm the type of person that have a very big heart, and it can be taken advantage of. So it's like, nope, putting that wall right up, and you ain't coming in either, and you're gonna stay out. I know, right, Ginger? I don't play mind games. You know me, Ginger. I hate people who play mind games. Like, just you know. I was like, no. I said, you playing some games? Oh, really? Okay, that's it. Wait, I don't understand what I did wrong. Uh-huh, yeah, you didn't know what you did wrong. Okay, uh-huh. And they're gonna stay right behind that wall. That's it. It'll be a mental block. I'm very good at that. That's one thing about me. I'm very good at putting a mental block on people. Like, you know, once I find out what you're doing, or games you're playing, or whatever, that's it. Doesn't matter what you tell me, I won't believe nothing. I was like, okay, that's nice, and I'll just stay respectful, and that's it. But Justine, just know, I know, Justine, you're not a bad person. Trust me, you're not the only one. I've been ignored too by some people. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, they want to make you feel like you did something wrong. Again, they want to make you feel like you did something wrong or you upset at them. And see, you got people that play that passive aggressive game. You know what I mean? So they'll sit there and be like, oh, you did this to me, so I'm gonna ignore you. And just sitting there, they're just trying to like act like you did something wrong. See, that's them playing mind games. That's them trying to make you question yourself, self-doubt yourself. Don't ever let somebody do that to you. There's a difference if you really did something wrong to somebody, okay? Or you might have said something that might offend someone to intentionally hurt them. But they're ignoring you because they don't like your views, they don't like your beliefs, and, you know, or they just don't like that you did something for them, and they're sitting there going like this, hey, Joe, you want to hang out? That's not even worth your damn time. You said, okay, come back when you're feeling better. That's it. In your head, you don't have to even say that. Just say, okay, I'll leave you alone. And guess what? In your head, you says they can come back when they're feeling better. Let them come to you. Let them run to you. Don't go running to them. Let them run to you so they know they don't got power over your mind or control over your mind, because you're better than that. You know, and so when they come running back, you don't have to give them the same treatment. You could just say, hi. Oh, I thought you didn't want to talk to me no more. Well, what are you talking about? Now they start playing mind games. Just keep a guard up with them. I don't know. Last time I talked to you, you seemed like you ignored me and stuff. I was, I thought I was about to cut off I was about to cut off the supply over here. You know, that's about it. No. I was just having a bad day. Okay, well, I just want to let you know I'm not your punching bag. So you want to hang with me? You got to change up that behavior around because I'm not having that here. And that's it. Sometimes you just got to take that stand and know your self-worth as a person. You don't need to take that nonsense from nobody. You know what I mean? Especially if you didn't do anything wrong. You know? So if you're doing just you and you live in your life and doing what you want to do and you're happy and you're not doing nothing wrong to nobody, you're minding your business, and somebody wants to treat you any kind of way they want because they want to get a power trip over your head, guess what? You throw that power trip right back over to them, you know? You throw that power trip right back over to them, by sitting back and ignoring them too. You just like, well, okay, they don't want to talk. Okay, bye. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You're better off with a few good, nice, real people around you that really, truly care about you versus people that just wants to play games. You don't got time for that. Exactly, Ginger. Live, love, and learn. That's about it. That's about it. But that's something that I really learned. Justine, you do have the power. You do. You just got to find it. See, we all have to find it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I used to worry so much about offending other people and upsetting other people. And it's not like I'm talking about being rude. There's a difference between someone being rude and just somebody voicing their feelings, opinions, and what they believe in and what they want to do with their lives. You know, I always felt like, oh, I'm upsetting my in-laws because, I don't want to do that. That, for instance, that vaccine. I'm not doing that vaccine. Oh, I'm so worried that they're gonna be mad at me. Well, guess what? That's out the door because I've came to a mental part of my life, a time in my life where I just got tired of worrying about what other people felt, think, or upsetting them or offending them. Their feelings don't make them right. You get what I'm trying to say? A person's emotions doesn't make them right. It doesn't put the truth in them. It's just their emotions. That's it. And that's how you got to think of it. And if they're mad, you got to think in the sense like, you know what? I could do everything right. And guess what? They'll still find something to be mad about. Doesn't matter what you do. And not just that, but you live in your life for them, not for you. You're living your life for them. They're like they're God on a pedestal, and they're nobody. And while they're sitting there living their life happy, they're not even thinking 1 ounce about you and how you feel. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to think of it. Oh, Justine. Well, that's the thing, for one, Jesus, the way he loves, you can never love the way he loves. But you do want to show a good example. You do want to try to love people as much as you can. But the thing about giving love is that you don't expect it back. You get what I mean? When you love, you do it unconditionally. You do it because you want to do good things. But if a person ain't willing to love you back, yeah, it may bother you. But you have to expect that not everybody's going to give what you give. And when you give something, don't expect it back. You know what I mean? Do not expect it back. Just do it because it's in your heart to give. Now, I'm not saying let people take advantage of you now, but I'm just saying when you're just showing an act of love and you're just being a caring person, if a person don't want to show that back, hey, at least you knew who was you were the better person here. At least you know that you didn't sit back and treat that person ugly. And you can walk back saying you feel good about yourself because you didn't show any hate. You didn't do anything wrong by showing them love. They're the ones with the problem, and that's their problem. Don't let their issue become your issues. Yes. Love is supposed to be giving. And love is supposed to be unconditional, and it's just supposed to come out of your heart. It shouldn't be something that's forced. It shouldn't be something that's just given because someone gave you love. Like, let's say if you give love to somebody, they should just love you back just because, not because you just give them something. They should just love you for you, and that's it. You know what I mean? Love is just supposed to be, it's just supposed to happen. It's just supposed to be a natural thing that develops. If it's not there, that means it's just not there. And you don't want to waste your time in spaces like that because you're just going to keep hurting yourself. Oh, no problem, Justine. And I really mean that. You know what I mean? Because, I come from a background like that where I was so focused on worrying about other people's feelings and needs and wants. And it's okay to care about people, but to an extent, you got to make sure you put yourself first and say, okay, well, what is it I want to do? And, oh, well, if that person don't like it, this is the thing you got to put in your head. So what? So what they don't like it? So what they don't like my decisions? So what they don't like me? So what? So what? You gotta have that so what mentality. You gotta develop it. And it doesn't come overnight. It comes over time. You being in solitude by yourself, just telling yourself, so what? So what? You're like mentally training yourself with the boxing gloves. And you have like this like boxing bag there and you're just hitting it. You're just like, so what they don't like it? Boom. So what they don't like the way I say things? Boom. So what they're pissed at me because I chose to do walk in this fate or this lifestyle. Boom. So what they don't like my beliefs or my style of clothing. Boom. So what? So what? What's the worst is gonna happen? They're gonna leave me? Okay, go right ahead and leave me. I could find more people. Bop, bop, bop. That's how you gotta be. You gotta think like, oh, that's just you got the boxing gloves and you're just like, you know what? Who cares? You know? Exactly, Jesse. So what? What is the big deal? What's the big deal is gonna happen to me? They're gonna beat me up if I upset them, or they're gonna come run after me. Like there are plenty of fish in the sea, and just know this: there's always somebody for someone. So while you have your enemies, you always got someone who's going to click closer to you than a sister in this life. There's always somebody, and they'll be worth more than the 10,000 of friends you'll ever have. You know what I mean? Because truth is, majority of people in this world are not your friends. And they don't care one thing and one else. The moment you decide to do something that you want to do, or you offend them, or you're changing your life around, or you prospering, you're going to start seeing the haters coming out, because now you're the crab climbing out of the barrel you know most people, they want you to do things their way, or it's the highway, and that's fine. It's the highway, goodbye. you know they don't like something you do, too damn bad. That's not my problem. That's your issue. You fix it. Let them sit there and cry. Let them sit there and scream, and you go and do your own thing, and that's it. you know She's mean. Yep, that's right. I'm mean. And I'm proud of it too. I didn't ask to be nice. And just put your hat down and just do your own thing. That's it. You gotta be okay with upsetting people. You really do. And it's hard, but like over time, it gets better and better and better. And you'll start feeling much more better about yourself. Your self-esteem will build, your self-confidence will build. And guess what? No one's gonna get in your way. You know? People want to know, like, oh, this lady, man, at one point I could get off on her. Not this time. This woman came prepared. She must have been boxing for a few months. I got people from the shopping mall looking at me. They're trying to figure out who I'm boxing at. Oh boy. Oh, no problem, Justine. I love you too. That's too funny. They're all looking at me like, who the heck is she boxing in here? I know, right, Sardu? Right? Let them get me for copyright. And like, I'm gonna come after you and copyright. Okay, good. Guess what? I can always build another channel. That's what life don't end here. There's so much more to your life. Go ahead and do that. Oh, yes, I never a follower, but sometimes that makes everyone feel pissed that I'm not a sheep, but I've been a follower too much lately. It's okay, Justine. You know what, Justine? We all been there. You get what I'm trying to say? Some worse than others. We all been there where we're like, we want to feel included, we want to feel accepted, and feel like we're not upsetting people or making them upset or offending them and stuff. But you know what? You're not brought here to live for other people. You're here to live for you and through you only. And that's it. And if a person truly respects you, they will understand that. You know what I mean? And so the thing is, if they want to be pissed with you, then they don't respect you. They don't respect you. They do not respect you, or at least they're not respecting you at that moment. And if they are really true to you, they're going to come to their senses and realize they're wrong and say, let me stop expecting this person to do things my way, or else I'm going to lose a good friend or a good associate in my life. That's it. Plain and simple. It's not something that you should have to fight and argue about. It just is what it is. You don't even have to give people an option or anything. It is either to accept you for you or not. That's it. Don't let anybody butt their way into putting their 2 cents into things. I know, Ginger. They're all looking at me. They saw you boxing. I know, Ginger. I do miss Finchy. I do. I hope he's doing good. We're gonna get together and do some music soon. My voice box is back. That little rasp that was going on here, I think I was under the weather for some time. It went away. So I'm gonna start practicing some more singing again and some music and get the party rolling. If I can't do it this week, it'll definitely be next week. We're gonna have some party time. We need some fun time too. I have a lot of serious topics and a lot of serious conversations that I want to talk about. You know what I mean? In the midst, but and we can have some fun in between too. Fucking pals. But yes, how you doing, AQ? I'm getting ready to go into the shopping mall over here, because I have to grab a few groceries for hubby. Oh, I don't want to wear this mask. Look how angry I look in this mask. Look. I don't like this mask thing. I know, right, Justine? They think I stole my scrubs, and they're like, man, that girl must have beat up that person she stole the stuff from. Oh boy, I know, Ginger. It makes me so mad because they did this to us. They put this thing in the air, and you know what? They're working on more now. And there's another one called Neocove. They put out there, and it's in across seas right now in the South Africa. It hasn't came here yet, but they're talking about this is going to be 30 to 50% more deadlier. And it just makes me so mad. It makes me upset, and it's not even a mutation. It's a whole brand new virus. And you know what? Ron Paul mentioned this. Rand Paul, he mentioned that they were working on viruses that are 30 to 50% more deadlier. Now we're seeing other stuff coming out. This is why it's important for us to think for ourselves and fight back. I know, right, Sardu? I know, Sardu. Don't be a sheep. I know, right? I don't know if they'll allow me in the store, but I'll try. My husband, he stopped wearing the mask on. He just said F it, We will never leave the house. I know, right, Justin? Justine? I know, right, Ginger? They think I'm nuts. They're like, oh, this woman's crazy. I know, Sar, do you know that when we wear these masks on, it makes you feel sick? I don't know what it is. It starts doing something to my throat and my nose. So I haven't been wearing it on as much as I used to, but it just makes you feel sick, I know, Ginger. Thanks for reminding me, Sardu. Don't be a sheep. We're just so constructed doing everything, Yeah, Ginger, I am. It's like breathing in your carbon monoxide is poisonous. Really, Sardu? I know, Sardu. It's just ridiculous. I've had enough with this. I'm not even doing the tests. I don't want to do the test. Somebody ordered me one recently. I said, I'm not doing it. And I told my husband to message them back to I'm not doing it. So I know they were a little upset, but hey, they messaged me a few days later and everything was fine. Like I said, be upset. Ain't my problem. Ain't no shame in my game. Come back when you're feeling better. That's it. Want to hate? Too bad. That's it. That's what you tell them, Justine. You're mad? Too bad. And that's it. That's it. You're mad too damn bad. And just close the damn doors. Come back when you're feeling better. And if they don't, they weren't worth your damn time. Just move on from those people. Like, hey, just be like this. Hate to be a sucker. That's all you tell them. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go into the store and go get some groceries, and I'm gonna make my lasagna tonight. If you guys are streaming tonight, I'll try to catch up with you before I go to bed. Okay, Justine. I'm glad I got to see you today. Love you. Exactly. Talk to the hand. That's it. Oh boy. I know, right, Ginger? Oh, Ginger, if you're streaming tonight or EQ, whatever, I will try to catch up, okay? Mwah, Ginger. Hi. Now it's bye. Hi and bye. That's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to try to make a song for you. Take care, Sardu. Sardu, the music man. Sardu, the music man. And EQ. Take care, EQ. Maybe if you're streaming tonight, I will stop by. I'll try. And Simvat, good evening. Take care. If I don't see you, have a good night, okay? Much love, everybody. Take care.